So welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my 5 top tips for looking after chickens. I get asked a lot, you know, how you should look after your chickens, what are the essentials, what should I feed them. So today I'm just going to give you 5 things that I think are pretty essential that I do. So if you've not already subscribed to my channel, if you could please do so, because you'll get lots of helpful hints and tips all throughout the year from my home garden, my allotment and also my home kitchen. So, like I say, I get asked lots of questions. There are so many products on the market that you can use. I've bought lots and lots of things. I've tried so many things, and if I'm honest, some of them didn't even work and they cost me a lot of money. So I'm just going to give you the things that I use regularly and I know that work. Now, one of the things is how to have a really good book so you know how to look after your chickens, because you'll get lots of little questions that will come up, and this is a really good one. I will put a link in the description if you want to purchase this book. So this book is really amazing. It's just like a bit of a, you know, like it says, it's a chicken manual, so it gives you lots of tips about how to look after them, and if things happen, what it is as well. Really good. So another thing is around feeding. Some people think they can just give their chickens food scraps or corn. Now they really must have a good compound, and they must have layers pellets, which we have here. Again, I will put a link in the description if you're not already feeding your chickens layers pellets, so they have the right nutrients in them. You can give them treats, but technically you shouldn't be giving them food waste. It should be things like, say like this rocket here, I could pull some of this up. When I bring some spinach back from the allotment, you know, we'll eat the nicer leaves, but if I've got lots and lots of them, or the leaves are a little bit tattier, I'll give the chickens that. We do give the chickens a little bit of corn, but you can't just feed them off of that because it nutritionally wouldn't be right for them. So yeah, so technically not food scraps, but more things from your allotment that you've not used. You know, the outer leaves of a cabbage, that kind of thing would be something you could give to them. So that's something that I would recommend. And also something else that I do, chickens do get worms from time to time, and again we've tried lots and lots of different products on the market, but by far the one that we found the most effective, because if you don't keep your chickens wormed, they could end up becoming unwell. Generally during the summer we find that they're fine, but when you start to get towards the winter months and it gets wetter and colder, and they're more likely to get worms. So we discovered this fantastic stuff. It's actually combined with their layers pellets and Flubenvet, which is something that helps get rid of worms. Now it gives you instructions on the packet how to use it, but you basically feed it to your chickens instead of the layers pellets for a 7-day period, and that helps them get rid of worms. And we normally give it to them every 2 or 3 months just to keep them in good condition. And again, you can buy a small bag of this. Unless you've got lots of chickens, I wouldn't recommend getting a big bag, because you're only going to feed it for them for 5 days. So we will put a link in the description if you want to get yourself some of those. So something else that we use is Diatomaceous earth, which again is a really handy product to have. Again, we tried loads of sprays and lotions and potions to get rid of, sometimes you get like little bugs and mites on the chickens. Lots of those things just didn't seem to work. In particular, we did get a lot of red spider mite at one point, so we've ordered ourselves a bag of this. It lasts for absolutely ages, and we keep it in a plastic tub, and you just brush it in and around the house. So what we do is when we clean it out, you know, to clean all the, you know, the sawdust out and obviously their droppings out, we brush it all around and in the house. And when we put we quite often use shredded paper in the nest box, or if you use straw in the nest box, we sprinkle a little bit on that as well, because then that then gets on the chickens as well, and again it stops the bugs from attacking your chickens. So this is absolutely fantastic stuff, and it's natural as well, so it's really worth looking at this if you've not got it already. It's a far more economical way than a lot of the other things. One thing I've not said is if you do get the layers pellets, it's worth keeping them in a plastic tub, so obviously vermin can't attack your chicken's food. And we will try and put a link in the description for that as well, because it's handy to store it in somewhere really safe. And the last top tip number 5, is some years ago we had something that we called Foxgate, when I think, as you can imagine, a fox got in and it took all of our chickens. Up until that point we used to lock them up at the end of the day and unlock them in the mornings, and you know, truth be told, we didn't always remember, and it was when we were away, so we lost the chickens. So we got something, an automated hatch, to help with that, and I'm just going to show you the one we've got. It's a Titan automated hatch, and I've got to say it was one of the best things we ever did, because ever since we've had that, we've not had any trouble at all. I mean, obviously we did heighten security a bit more around the chickens, but it means that in the morning the hatch automatically goes up, and in the evening the hatch automatically goes down. So even when we're on holiday and someone else is looking after our chickens, all they've got to do is take the eggs out and make sure they're fed and watered. So and again, we'll put a link in the description for that as well. We've had ours years and years and years. The only thing we seem to replace on it is the string and the battery, and it's absolutely fantastic, and has definitely prevented another Foxgate from happening again. Now, I do hope you've enjoyed my top tips. If you have liked watching it, if you please can like, and also tell me what you liked the best, and if you've got any questions or queries, do put them in the comments.